You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, guys, we're going to be talking about Noah Lyles here in this video. Noah Lyles is a world champion. He won the 200 meters in track and field. He's a great athlete, great sprinter, and he also took a shot at the NBA for calling themselves world champions. And boy, the NBA, the players, they didn't like it. They got triggered. Also, Stephen A. Smith, he got triggered also. He called the comments that Noah Lyles actually said ignorant. Boy, he has really ruffled a feather with the NBA. Now, I said it before that the NBA, they've been calling themselves world champions for a very long time. I believe also the NFL as well, and also Major League Baseball. But I don't have a problem with what he said. I really don't. I mean, if you want to call the NBA world champions, that's fine too. You can make a case really both ways, to tell you the truth. The NBA title has been called a world championship for a very long time. Now, there's no doubt about it, guys, that we have the best players on the planet that actually come from the United States of America. Now, in track and field, you cannot have international players on a U.S. track team. You can't. You're supposed to be representing your country, so therefore, you can only have American citizens representing the country. That's why in the Olympics, you actually see NBA players that are actually international representing their own countries. Jokic, Giannis, it can go on, Luka also as well. Well, let's get into it, guys, because the NBA, the players, they are not happy. They're triggered by what Noah Lyles actually had to say here. Look here on Fox News. NBA stars scrutinize Noah Lyles after Sprint stars world champion remarks. Somebody help this brother. And that would actually be Kevin Durant that actually said that. But let's go ahead and read some of this, guys. American sprint star Noah Lyles appeared to have ruffled some feathers over the weekend when he took aim at NBA players who have declared themselves world champions. And I do believe, guys, when NBA teams and also like NFL teams, when they win their championships, I do believe sometimes they make shirts that actually say world champions on them. Okay. After he won the 200 at the world championships, he talked about how NBA players declare themselves world champions when they just won the league title. Quote, I have to watch the NBA finals and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? Lyles said as laughter filled the press room. The United States, don't get me wrong, I love the U.S. at times, but that ain't the world. That is not the world. And it goes on here. He says, quote, we are the world, talking about track and field. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on their flag to show they are represented. There ain't no flags in the NBA. We got to do more. We got to be presented to the world. But Lyles' comments didn't sit well with NBA players. Kevin Durant was among those who spoke out on Instagram in response. Quote, somebody help this brother, the Phoenix Suns star said. Durant's teammate Devin Booker added a facepalm emoji. Quote, last time I checked, the NBA was the best competition in the world. Utah Jazz forward Juan Toscano Anderson added. Lyles on Saturday helped the Americans to a 4x100 relay win. It's the first time the U.S. has swept the relays at the World Championships since 2007. Now, I understand where Noah Lyles is actually coming from because they're actually competing against the world. The NBA, that's not the case. Now, you could actually make a case for the NBA doing this. The NBA champion actually could play international teams to actually determine who is actually the world champion. You could actually do it that way. Now, right now, we do have the FIBA World Basketball Championships going on right now. The U.S. actually just had a blowout win. I don't remember who exactly they played, but they do have that. But that's not the NBA still. That is a different entity, even though we all know it has NBA players on there. And American-born NBA players are going to be the best basketball players in the world. But to Noah Lyles' case right here, the NBA Finals is not a world on the world stage. It's not an NBA team competing against the world. The NBA is competing in its own league. I get that. I actually see both sides of that, to tell you the truth. It goes on here, and it says, all eyes will definitely be on Lyles when he sprints towards the Paris Olympics next year. If he pulls off a triple in Paris, he would join the likes of Carl Lewis, Wilmer Rudolph, and Jesse Owens as the Americans who have won all three sprints on the world stage. And right over here, guys, Stephen A. Smith, not happy whatsoever with what Noah Lyles actually had to say. He's coming out, he's slamming the comments from Noah Lyles as ignorant right here. So if we go down here, guys, we're going to see what Stephen A. Smith actually had to say. It says here, now, speaking on ESPN's First Take, Smith hit out at Lyles too. He pointed out that almost a third of NBA players come from overseas and even claim, quote, one could easily argue that NBA players compete more against international competition than he does. Quote, first of all, congratulations to your greatness. Continue to represent this country the way you did. Major props to you, Smith said of Lyles. He just came across as flagrantly ignorant, and that needs to be said. The NBA has established itself as a global iconic brand, especially for China, by the way. I'm just throwing it in. Arguably the best player in the game today, in a lot of people's eyes, is the Nuggets Serbian center, Nikola Jokic. You have guys from Serbia, Slovenia. The list goes on. Luka Doncic, where is he from? Slovenia. Giannis, where is he from? Greece. Smith pulled out some stats to prove his point. They showed that last season there were 120 players from 40 countries and 6 continents in the NBA. Quote, and it's increased now. So how is that not global? How is that not the world champion? The best players from around the world descend upon America to join the National Basketball Association, he continued. But, you know, like when it comes to like the MLS champion, whoever they are, they're not looking at the MLS champion as the world champion. They're going to look at whoever actually wins the World Cup as the world champion. Now, like I said before, when it comes to the NBA, America, we know we have the best players on the planet playing basketball. Even though basketball is a global sport, it's still not a global competition. You don't see the NBA champion going and playing the champion of the Chinese Basketball Association, even though you can make the case that the NBA champion really is a part of the Chinese Basketball Association, since they are actually in love so much with China. But I digress. So what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this when it comes to world champion? Is the NBA team that wins the championship, the NBA Finals, are they a world champion or just the champion of the NBA? Now, on paper, they're just going to be the champion of the NBA, but other people may see it as, hey, they are the world champions. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.